So I'm not sure if you were, but I had my haircut. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 10 of the Viktoria Köln story. 10 episodes already. Madness. Absolute madness. 10 episodes already has flew by. Our progress with Viktoria Köln hasn't flew, though. It's stagnated a little bit. So you obviously left us, or left me, should I say, the game against... Oh, blimey. Hertha, second team, a 1-0 away win. Now, since then, we've played 7 games and we're unbeaten for 6, and then we decided to play like 6-year-olds in a men's game against, oh God, Ernstberg, or don't you dare. Stop typing in the comments with abusing me.
Cheers, Jeff.
I'm going to go with it. I'm sure right. There's probably abuse already lined up at me. You're all probably ready to, put your judgment on my pronunciation. But, I'm just terrible here. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, everyone, please. But, yeah, as I said, we were unbeaten. We have lost 1 game in that period. But we are going to go into each game now. And we're going to have a little bit of we're going to have Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher's on-par insight. Except it's going to be me on Football Manager in the 3rd division of Jog. Right, okay, I get your point. Stop it. Okay, so our first game was a 1-0 win against Hell. Yeah. Where we managed to get a last-minute goal through Curtis Jones, and this was a cracker of a goal. I'm pretty sure it was outside of the box, and he absolutely leathered it into the back of the net. We were pretty dominant throughout the game. They didn't really have many chances. Oh God, that's very fast, blimey. Let's slow that down a little bit. So this is 25 seconds before the end of the game, and Curtis Jones decides to pull this banger. I mean, goalkeeping's a bit suspect, but Jones wins us the game in the dying embers of the match, and they had a man sent off towards the end of the game as well, where you'd expect us to get 3 points anyway against this side, especially the way we played. But it feels like I'm saying this in every game pretty much, but Curtis Jones having the time of his life in midfield. He's our Iniesta and Xavi. Curtis Jones, you heard it here first, an ex-Iniesta on this save. But then we had an away tie against Jena, where fairly even game, pretty much throughout the entire 90 minutes. There wasn't any team that sort of stood out in terms of dominance. It was a very boring, stagnant game. There wasn't many chances. And when there was chances, as you can tell by the scoreline, no one took them. So this game was a little bit of a write-off. It was just one of them games that you typically have an FM every now and then, where it literally goes from 0 to 90 in about 2 minutes. And this was the prime example of that game. No chances. No one really performed in terms of like performances on our side. Their midfield had a pretty good game. Their strikers poor. The defence played okay. So what can we say? 1 point. 4 points out of 2 games. We'll take it. Yeah. If you haven't noticed it yet, don't worry. I'm going to have to tell you. But this game was Heartbreak City. I may or may not have slammed my hand on the desk when this, at the end of the game. Not going to lie. There's no point lying to you. There's certainly no point lying to you. Because if you've seen me on Twitch, you know what happens when I get angry. But they went... This was just a weird game. They went 1-0 up through Christian Bickel in the 59th minute. And we managed to take the lead very, very late on through Michael Seaton. An 81st minute goal and 90th minute goal. And at this point, that 90th minute goal, the first thing you're thinking is 3 points. Michael Seaton is the hero. And then straight from the kickoff, Daniel Adlung decides to go and score a goal. 2 goals in 2 minutes. The dying embers of the game. I was fuming. I was so mad. I couldn't believe it. I was literally celebrating. What can I celebrate with? I haven't got anything to celebrate. I was literally like, yes. And then I was like this within about a minute. So, what can we say about it? But unfortunately, that did happen. Once again, fairly even game. We had more possession. We had more shots. But Michael Seaton was the hero. And he could have been an even bigger hero if Daniel Adlung didn't decide to ruin the Köln party that was about to be underway. But he did. He's a party ruiner. That's what he is. He's the party ruiner. He's one of the in-betweeners of this save. That's what he is. He comes in, he ruins the party, and he leaves. Disaster. But then, thankfully, after 2 draws, we managed to get ourselves a win against a Munster away from home. And you'd probably say this is probably one of the tougher games out of the draws that we've had. But we managed to actually be clinical. Michael Seaton getting himself a goal once again, and Eric Moran getting himself another. Once again, even game, nothing really to say. Our entire team played pretty well. I did move Curtis Jones to the left wing instead of that midfield area. Just because I think, what's his name? Our left winger was injured. What's his name? Yes, Stephen Lawrence. I do apologise, Stephen. I may or may not have completely forgot who you were, what your name was. So I do apologise for that. But this was the guy that was injured. But thankfully we got ourselves back to winning ways. And 3 points on the board at this point. We're flying up the table. We're unbeaten in, what is this, four games? No. Well, we're unbeaten in a lot of games, should I say. The unbeaten run wasn't stopping by any means. We then went to Uredingen, a 3-0 win at home, absolute dominance. They had 1 shot on target in 8 shots. They didn't have a chance. Their left back had a stormer of a game, though, apparently. But Felix Carrera getting player of the match with 1 goal, 1 assist. So playing very, very well. Once again, Curtis Jones and Seaton also joining the goal club, as I like to call it, the famous goal club here in Viktoria, Köln. You've got to be VIP to join it. You've got to be VIP. But 3-0, ace in it. But then we had another draw against Welch. Yeah. 0-0 once again. 5 key chances by Dietz, though. I can't really remember if we had many chances in this game, but the fact that Dietz got 5 key passes probably shows that we did. Their centre-back stood out for them, and our DM stood out for us. So you're probably looking at this board draw, nothing really happening, but something tells me those chances left, right and centre. The fact that Dietz had an incredible game. But the stats, 11 shots to their 5, 58 possession to 42. Probably we should saying that we probably should be thinking we'd win this. Welch are currently in 12th, so mid-table should probably be getting more than a draw here. But once again, carrying on the unbeaten run and going into this game against Erzgebirge, a 4-1 loss. Now, this is probably the toughest game out of all of them. Yeah, so this was probably the toughest game out of all of them. I think these guys sat in 3rd at the time. They have dropped down, but as you can see, they are currently quite high in the table. So this was definitely a really, really tough game, but I was not expecting the absolute carnage that happened in this game. Now, by the stats, you're probably saying, oh, it looks like you're in the game, just weren't clinical. No, they could have had 10. They could have had 10 within the entire game. They could have scored 10 goals, but thankfully their strikers couldn't score. Their midfielder got 10 key passes. 10 key passes? Are you kidding me? But they went 4-0 up very, very early on. At this point, I'm concerned that this could be like a 7-8, a Southampton versus Leicester moment. But thankfully, kept it for Eric Moran getting not even a consolation goal late on, 93 minutes on the clock. But this was a disaster, and this brought our run to an abrupt end. And I think we were unbeaten for 11 games, I think it was. We were unbeaten for 11 games, so it was very disappointing to stop the unbeaten run the way it like stopped. But today, we don't have a tough get. We don't have an easy game by any means. Kaiserslautern, it doesn't get easier. Up in 2nd. Thankfully, we are at home, so that could play into our hands a little bit. Now, in terms of the tactic, nothing's changing. I've changed a few out of possessions to a higher defensive line and extremely wide as well for our boys, trying to create that space in the middle for Curtis Jones. And then we'll put Stephen. That's the wrong person. We'll put Stephen back in as well. So we're going to stick with the same side. So it's going to be Vase in goal. The defensive partnerships of Lang, Hazrovic, Kilman and Holtus. Midfield trio of Dietz, Curtis Jones and Eric Moran. And then the attacking trio of Carrera, Lawrence and Michael Seaton. Actually, it's not going to be Michael Seaton. It's going to be Magnaghi. How many goals has he scored? Never mind. It's not going to be Magnaghi. It's going to be Michael Seaton. How many goals he scored? 4 in 5. Right, you're staying in, Michael. You're staying in. But this is the side we're going to go with. Let's get into the game today against Kaiserslautern. And fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I hope you better all be crossing your fingers. We'll get a win and continue our surge up the table. I mean, surge in the table's a little bit the wrong thing to say because we are currently 7th. But there isn't that much points gap between us and 4th, so there is the chance that we could get into that sort of fight again. I mean, we are dropping off a little bit, but with a loss here, and that really puts us out of contention, I think. But I'm expecting a win here. At home, there's not really any excuses. But enough of that. Let's get into the game. Oh, this rubbish again. Are you kidding me? Right, we'll just go with that. John Glass has replaced Jones because of the under-23s rules. But let's go, boys. Into the game. 3 points on the horizon. Can you see it? Can you see it? Right then, start the game. 5 minutes gone. No chances as of yet, but we have got a shot on target, which is nice. Looks like we're having a better game early on. 10 minutes in. No chances, but there is a chance now for Kaiserslautern by the looks of it. They've got themselves a set piece. Are we going to be able to defend this? Pick on the right-hand side. Is he going to pick a guy out? Yes, he is, and he scores. Defensively, not great, I must say. I mean, it's a good pass to pick on the right-hand side, and he most definitely does pick someone out. I mean, who's this? Is this Willman? Killman. It's poor centre-backing, and it's poor goalkeeping as well. Not a great start. Not a great start, boys. But we carry on. Okay, just under 30 minutes to go, and Kaiserslautern have got themselves in the game here quite significantly. We're getting closer to half time, but there is a chance, and it looks like it might be for us, as long as we don't lose it. Okay, so cycled. Killman. Going to have to make up for the mistake he made for Kaiserslautern's goal. Holthaus on the left-hand side. He's going to get that ball in. He is, and it's a good ball. And what a header that is by Felix Carrera. Don't know why it's called Andrade on the pitch, but we don't care about his name. He's celebrating like nobody's business. 1-1. Lovely stuff. Let's go. That's what we needed. Going into half-time makes my team talk so much easier. So much easier. FC Bayern losing. Is it another chance? Are you kidding? Yes! Michael Seaton. We were singing his praises about how many goals he scored over the past 7 games, and he's put us in the lead there with, quite frankly, a scrappy goal. Eric Manner hits the bar, but Seaton, poacher's instincts, put us 2-1 up going into half-time. What a turnaround that's been. 10 minutes of a lifetime for our boys there. Let's not demotivate them here. Passionate, I believe what you call it takes. Let's go, boys. And that pushes us up the table, right? No. Right, great then. Okay, 60 minutes gone, and there is another chance here. Junglas. Is he going to be a 3-1? 3-1, I'm a lot more confident, as long as we don't lose it here. Lang, what? It's a poor ball. It's a poor ball. You're not David Beckham, you're Stefan Lang, mate. Is this going to be a chance for them if we can defend this? We haven't defended it at all. Kath on the ball. It's a good tackle, but he hasn't won the ball somehow. Schneider. It's very scrappy play, and it seems like this is the Florent pick. He's picked an assist out, and he's picked the goal out with a header. He's living up to his name. I can't believe it. I mean, it's scrappy play. It's a poor defending again. No one's marking him. Who is this? Oh, Holthaus not giving an absolute monkeys about what's going on. 2-2, sorry. Do I make some subs? I think I do, right? Let's bring Lorenz on for... Let's do this. We'll bring on... Holthaus has struggled, so let's bring Pellegrini on. I mean, he's a right winger, never mind. No, we'll bring Pellegrini on for Holthaus. See if that makes a difference for the last 20 minutes of the game. And there is a chance again. It's very similar to the one where we conceded. Hopefully we don't concede this time, though. Yates. It's a good ball out to Pellegrini. Left-hand side. It's a good ball in, but it's cleared away. Yates. Jones. I can sense it. Oh, he's managed to keep it, though. I'm concerned they're going to counter here, which is a bit of an issue. Jones, he's going to go all the way. And that is still rising. Blimey. 10 minutes to go. I am going to go for this a little bit. I think we are going to try and run at them and work ball into box. See if we can conjure any chances. I think I'm going to bring Magnaghi on as well. See if his presence up top can make any difference. We've used all our free substitutes and the time is ticking away quite significantly here. Let's... there's not really much I can do really, is there? Few minutes to go. Is this going to be a draw? I mean, it gives us a point, right, which I'll take. Don't do this, please. I can't take this. Good save. Pick. If he had scored a hat-trick... Oh, God. Don't do this. FM gods, please, don't do this to me. It could just be an end-of-game highlight. Or it could be a chance. I mean, get the ball up. It's a good... I mean, send him off. Playing through. This is a chance. I can sense it in my bones. Andrande, send him off. Ow. I just hit my headphones. Ow. Send him off. That's got to be a red card. But it looks like that is going to be the game. Lang... That was the worst throw-in you could have done, unless... 2-2 draw. I'll take it. It's a point on the board against a very, very tough Kaiserslautern side, which they're currently in second. They haven't actually lost a game, so that makes me feel a little bit better, but we are losing track of them playoff and automatic promotion spots, so we do need to start pulling our socks up a little bit. But a draw, I'll take it. We need to, as I said, we need to start winning games again, though, because we are winless in 3. But, of course, that is going to bring us to the end of the episode. We're going to have a quick look at where we want to return for. So I think we're going to return for... Let's return for the Garching game. Yeah, we'll do that. The Garching game... Actually, no, they're in 19th. Right, we'll return for the Braunschweig game. We'll turn for the Braunschweig game. They're currently in 5th and it'll be at home as well. So another tough game. But once again, I want to thank all of you amazing people for watching. Feel free to leave any constructive criticism through the comments, or if you want to catch up with me on Discord, follow me on Twitch or Twitter, all of which will be down in the description. I'd love to know what you guys think. But thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.